traffic as well on the way into that stadium, as well as the pitch. The ball wasn't rolling. It looks like it's okay though here at Hillsborough. As I say, the rain has gone away and Bristol City have got to start it, and they've worked it over towards the left hand side, and Brian, he just turns it backwards, and now it's just lofted forward up towards Abraham. He brings it down really well there. Abraham gets it out wide towards the right hand side, and it's now with O'Dowda, who tries to cross it in, hits Daniel Padil and spins away behind for a corner kick. So Bristol City enjoying a little bit of early pressure here. Saw some comments before the game from Lee Johnson, the Bristol City manager, talking about wanting to make a fast start. They really look to get it Wednesday. They're a free scoring side. They've scored a bucket load since he took over as manager last season, formerly at Barnsley, where he did really well, particularly in that season that ended in promotion for them. The ball goes into the middle and the number 4 gets up and he just glances header out towards the left wing, and it won't stay in play despite the attempts there of the Bristol man just sliding in. It was Flint, the centre half, who got up well. He's a big tall unit, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a good player. Yeah. He's a good player. Bristol City have probably done well to hang on to it.
Yeah, he's somebody that, you know, I know we were looking at a centre-back in the summer and you never quite know whether it's speculation or whether there's any truth in it, but I saw his name mentioned on a few occasions, whether that was just wishful fans just wanting him in the club or whether there was any truth in that, who knows. The ball goes long, looking for a flick on there from Fletcher, and he's done just that, trying to find Hooper. The loose ball might just come towards Kieran Lee. He's battling for possession, and he gets it back towards Bannon, who pops it into the middle. It's a good ball in, looking for Fletcher, couldn't get a clean header on it, and Bristol will get it away, but they're going to be challenged, and well, possession is still with Bristol. The number 21 doing well to hang on to it, Marlon Pack. Wednesday were hunting impacts around him. Eventually it goes out of play off Adam Reach. Throwing for Bristol City. And it's not a good throw actually. Look, a foul throw to me. To fall out of his grasp as it was thrown there by Mark Little, the right full back. So Bristol building from the back. Bryant went inside towards the number 4. It's lost by
good play.
Now Wednesday have possession again. It's with Kieran Lee in towards Fletcher, pushes it in front of him, finds Hooper. Hooper gets it taken off his toes, but he gets back at it.
Great.
Gets it back for Wednesday. Into Fletcher, now Bannon joining him. 2 Scottish internationals combined. It's just gone a little bit behind, so Wednesday have to try again with Jack Hunt. Over on the right hand side, Bannon finds Jones in the central area, got lots of room to work in. He'll just feed it along the floor in towards Daniel Badil. And now Adam Reach with an opportunity maybe to take on his man and get a cross in. Looks to try and beat the fullback, doesn't get it over, but it will come back towards Daniel Padil, so Reach will get another go. And he shuffles it away towards Jones, wearing the number 3 shirt. Goes into central field.
Great ball.
Lofted up over the top there by Bannon, trying to find Jack Hunt on the stretch. He can't control it, and it will be a throw-in to be taken by Bristol City.
That was superb from Bannon, just slightly in front of Jack Hunt. Just bounced away from him. He saw it early though. Great run from Hunt.
We saw Bannon on Saturday put those balls through, causing all sorts of problems. Obviously Fletcher, he benefited with the first goal. It just goes out of play.
The ball seems to be running quite well. I mean, 20 minutes before kickoff, that was absolutely drenched in that area. We only had one
see the puddle splashing off, you know, as the players were kicking it around in the warm-up.
We had to send off to B&Q, I think. So sent somebody down there to get another brush.
Well, it seems all right now, so it's clearly doing its job. The pitch that was laid in the last summer, the drainage working okay. Well, kicked away by Richard O'Donnell, a former Wednesday goalkeeper, of course. He's done well for himself since leaving Hillsborough. That one's gone out of play. It's thrown back towards O'Donnell. He'll be under pressure, but he
did well.
Away okay.
Did really well.
Distance, doesn't he, as well, under that pressure. But it's going to come back to Wednesday here. Adam Reach in centre field, in the centre circle he is. Just moves it towards Lee. And then it goes down the side there from Jack Hunt. He's looking for Bannon to chase after this one. He won't get there though, because the defenders just covered up and put it back towards O'Donnell, but it's kicked away and as far as Jones. So Wednesday enjoying lots of possession at the moment in the early stages of this game. They've been forced into their own half here, in towards Hutchinson. The centre half will keep the ball and move it over towards his defensive colleague Lees. Still has possession, Tom Lees. He finds Jack Hunt. There's Jack back in the side tonight. I don't think that's any indication of how Liam Palmer did at the weekend. He was very impressive, wasn't he, Liam?
He was, yeah.
Just a case of using the squad and getting some fresh legs to keep emphasis about Wednesday against Bristol City tonight. I suppose that's the point of having this larger squad with 2 for every position.
Well, I mean, Jones, I thought, played really well at Brentford. Obviously got sent off, but he looked a quality player. Adam Reach, his first real chance we've had to look at him. You know, Fernando's on the bench, so I'm sure that Carlos has said to them all he's going to use them all at different points in the season. We've got 3 games this week. Why would you make the same players play all 3 games?
I suppose it justifies as well. He was quite defensive, wasn't he, when he was questioned in the pre-match interview about you know, the personnel and the options he's got in midfield. But I suppose this is the point of it. He can change it. I suppose crucially as well, it's not just about making changes. You don't hopefully change the ingredients that we've got going. You know, he doesn't want to bring a player who offers something different. He wants it just to be a quick transition that doesn't affect things. Ball goes up towards Fletcher.
Great header.
It's a good flick on, but he doesn't find a teammate. Lee was the closest to it. Again, Fletcher's looking for that second ball. It's not come down out of the air there. A few players heading it, and eventually a foul, I think, is conceded. Abraham was fouled. Tammy Abraham, on loan from Chelsea. Free kick for Bristol City on the halfway line.
I think Flint will be the obvious target.
Yeah, he goes forward for most of these set pieces, and clearly he's a target and he's been aimed for, but it was headed away by Wednesday, and it was Tom Lees there.
Yeah, it was.
Good tackle put in there by Jack Hunt, but still Bristol trying to get the ball out wide, but it was stopped from reaching its target.
Bannon.
By Barry Bannon, sliding along the turf.
Yeah, superb.
Players will enjoy, I suppose, sliding on the turf when it's just a little bit wetter. Sometimes it's good, isn't it, when you get a little bit of water on there, just comes off the turf without sticking. Going back towards Westwood, who kicks this one away. It's an early clearance looking through the middle. He was trying to find Hooper. This goes away from him though. And it's dropped back to the goalkeeper. Magnuson watching it back, and he's got possession. And he'll feed it out wide now towards Joe Bryan. Bryan comes inside again for Magnuson. Well, Brian's been asked a few questions. Eventually tries to play it away to the halfway line. It was flicked away by Lee Tomlin, looking to steer it on. So failed to find a teammate. Tomlin was a tricky player who was at Middlesbrough, but he moved to, I think it was Bournemouth, but didn't really work out for him. And then he came on loan last season to Bristol City before making it permanent. Wednesday have aimed long. It's just going to be hoofed away though out of defence. Again, though, it comes back. Adam Reach has gone inside and got possession. Good strength there from Reach. He's got over towards the right-hand side. Still has the ball and plays it short now for Hunt. Hunt will work it inside. Now Barry Bannon. Again, he's trying to pick somebody out on the far side of, well, I think it was Fletcher on the stretch. Just couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, again, just another extra foot in front of Stephen Fletcher. Just want it stood up over the head of the back man.
Right to the back of the box, wasn't it there, that ball?
Yeah. Once it hit the floor, there was no stopping it. It was going to get away from him.
But equally, if you have a shot from distance, that's going to go past the goalkeeper with well, some problems, shall we say?
Yeah, if you get a chance, you've got to get it in on a goal. And
bouncing shot.
Forestieri special, make it bounce in front of the goal. He won't like that tonight.
Yeah, a bit of a skidder. Ball's come to Bannon from the clearance, and he's got a pocket of space to work in. He tries to slip it on, fails to find Lee though, and possession's lost. Now here's Tomlin. Tomlin will work it away over towards the left-hand side, just trying to turn losing his balance there, the Bristol player, but he's got back at it and he got it across. It was a decent attempt into the middle.
Oh dear.
Wednesday just almost passed it straight back to Bryant. But it will just be a throw-in for Bristol.
And it was Kieran Lee. Just misjudged that one. Well, they must have got a long throw because the Bristol player just let it go out. So
well, it's Magnusson. He's an Icelander, so I dare say that was part of their makeup, wasn't it, in the summer?
Yeah, fair. Nothing wrong with that.
We did it to great effect a few years ago. Ball goes into the box. It's been cleared away by Wednesday. Comes back towards Tomlin. It's now just dinked up into the area again. Wednesday clear it. Just a cushioned header there from Daniel Padil towards Adam Reach, who just passes it away. And looking for Jones, and that was out of play. Comes off Jones last, and it will be a throw. I always think that with that long throw, there's sometimes a bit of a snobbery about it, isn't there? It's almost like it's not the done thing.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I think you've got a massive centre half like Flint, you know, and he gets a little flick on, and somebody taps it in, and it's a goal, isn't it?
You do whatever it takes, don't you? If you've got the weapon in your locker, use it.
There's not a wrong way to score a goal.
No, there isn't. All just worked inside towards Pack, and he's played a good ball through, and it just spins away from the number 11.
Yeah, Westwood had read it, done well.
I suppose we talk these days about the need to be alive to things, and obviously the headlines recently been Manchester City's choice of a new goalkeeper. I suppose Westwood fits into that category, doesn't he? Because he's very good at starting things off for us, and he does come off his line, and he's always waiting and anticipating for what could happen. All headed inside towards Kieran Lee. It comes down for Hooper, and Hooper moves it into space on the right-hand side. He's found Jack Hunt with it. He puts an early cross in, but that's got too much zip in it, and it's just spun away from anybody in a blue shirt.
Right idea. I mean, Hooper's done fabulous. Found Jack Hunt out on that right hand side, you know, load of space, and I agree with Jack Hunt's decision. You know, he's gone for that early ball. He's just trying to put it across the 6-yard line, but again, once it hit the surface, it was just skidding out.
It's going to be a goal kick to be taken here by O'Donnell. And Richard O'Donnell will look to kick this one away left-footed. He gets plenty of distance on it, left-footed. Wednesday will win the ball back though. Worked it across the back line. Here is Hutchinson. Hutchinson finds Daniel Padil. Padil will think about going long. And that's eventually what he tries to do. Tries to pass it up to the halfway line, but fails to do so. He gets the chance to head it back through towards Hooper. Can't control it though. Now Bristol City have got it back here with Little. Little just rolls it back, and the back pass is done there by Flint, and they were under pressure there, weren't they, as they went back towards Richard O'Donnell.
They were.
It's thrown inside. Wednesday find Fletcher with it. He just tries to spin and turn, and he's been followed all the way there by the central defender Magnusson. Wednesday get the throw in. So a throw for the Owls down by the corner flag. They're taking their time about chucking this one in. Goes in towards the box in the end, looking for Reach. Went over his head though, and it's cleared away by Bristol. And now City will look to try and turn. A good tackle is put in there by
Don't let that go out.
It has gone out of play, and they haven't let it go out. It's a Wednesday throw. You thought otherwise?
I thought it might have been a City throw.
Throw's going to be
14 minutes gone and no concern about the ref. It's a good thing.
Don't put the mockers on it. I tell you what, I did see, and I thought it was a mistake, because on the Bristol City website they listed the referee that we had on Saturday.
All right.
And I was thinking, he's not got 2 games back to back with us, has he? I thought it must have been a typo error. And so it's proved, because the referee tonight is Darren Bond. It's Mr. Coote, I think, on Saturday. Ball goes out wide, and it's just going to be launched long there by Flint.
Not a bad ball, actually.
He's got some good distance on it, but
very nearly picked him out, didn't he?
Over the fullback. It just went over his leg.
Nearly 100 yards on that one. Hell of a strike.
Right, just a little bit unlucky, misjudging the bounce of the ball. Could have been trouble if he had controlled it. Thrown as it is for Sheffield Wednesday to be taken here by Jack Hunt. He throws it down the line. He's looking for Hooper. Might come through for Kieran Lee. And it has come towards Kieran Lee, but it's not going to be his ball because the official wants him to drop the ball and give it back to Bristol City. So it's their throw-in. We've had 15 minutes of this game and neither goalkeeper's been worked yet. I have to say the 15 minutes does seem to have gone very quickly.
It does. I've enjoyed it so far. I think both sides are knocking it about really well. I think it's really even. I think Bristol are giving it a really good go.
Little's just got away there from reach. And he's played it inside now towards Pack. Marlon Pack works it short towards Tomlin. Tomlin's looking for the galloping fullback Brian to get there, and he's done well sliding in there. It was a bit of a 50-50 with Jack Hunt, but the Bristol City fullback won it. Now the Robins have possession here with Tomlin. They'll just work it in towards the box on the stretch. Daniel Padil gets it away, but not that far. And that one's just going to run off the chest of Pack, and Padil should clear it away, but he's just kicked it back to the Bristol City man. And now they've got a chance with Gary O'Neill to try and work it into the centre. He pulls it back. Now a Dowder towards the edge of the area, and it's been taken there by Lee Tomlin, who gets a left-footed strike in. It must have taken a touch off a defender.
It did, yeah.
It's pulled it away from Westwood, but also off target. It's going to be a corner kick for Bristol City.
We're very, very fortunate there. That ball could easily have beaten Kieran Westwood. Shots come in, got a deflection. I think if that had been on target, I don't think Kieran would have had much chance.
He's right at the line of the penalty area. Sat up for him on the left foot. With his strike, just took a nick off a Wednesday player and has gone behind for this corner. At the Cop end, Bristol City are attacking in the first half. It's still 0-0 between Sheffield Wednesday and Bristol City if you're just tuning in to Wednesday Player HD. The corner will come in now right-footed. It's worked in towards the centre of the area, and up gets the big centre half again. It has to be just tipped over the top there from Flint's header. Westwood taking no chances, and another corner is the outcome.
Yeah, it's obvious who the danger man is. Flint winning headers in both boxes.
Certainly a big unit. I don't know what his official height is, but he must be what, 6'4", 6'5"?
At least, yeah.
So another corner then. They're thinking about a short one this time, and they have worked it short just to change the angle up. And we'll try and spin it back into the box now. It goes in towards the goal, and it's a bit of acrobatics there from Fletcher getting it away from the 6-yard box. And there's a Wednesday player down because I think Fletcher might have just booted one of his own in the head. Is it? Let's try and have a look who that is.
Not sure.
Is it Sam Hutchinson?
Got no idea at this moment in time.
I suspect it is Sam Hutchinson there, just lying on the turf. But good defending, you have to say, from Fletcher. So just for the time being, Hudson is in the wars. And whilst there's this break in play, Wednesday just taking on board some extra fluid. Water break and a few chats there from the staff with one or two individuals.
Well, we've got 3 emails. We've got Brian gets in touch with us every week. We're all Worldwide Wednesday. Daryl Chalkham wants to say, evening gents, predicting a win tonight. Can you say hi to his dad David? He's new to Wednesday Player. That's from Daryl. Cheers, Daryl, and welcome to your dad David.
Hi, David.
And welcome then Gary Greensmith. Hi guys, I'm wondering why our latest signing is not even on the bench.
He's talking about Manuelson, who played in the 21s yesterday, so I think it's just a case of getting him up to speed. I think Carlos was talking about that. You know, he's fit, as in, you know, he's been keeping himself fit on his own, but clearly that's a lot different from being match fit. Hasn't been playing too many games, so I think it's just a case of getting him up to speed. I think that's purely the reason why. And we've got players now, so no longer, I think, you know, in the past, Wednesday make a signing and automatically they walk straight into the first 11.
Yeah. And also the final one, I think, it's come through from Dave Naylor, proper massive Dave Naylor. A shout out for Wednesday from Dave.
And you can get in touch too if you want. It's yoursay@swfc.co.uk. and we're seeing Sam Hudson just having a drink and walking a little bit slowly towards the sidelines, but I think he's going to be okay, just in case Vincent Sasso is just stretching out.
Yeah, it's going to be fine.
Just the precaution, seeing Sasso then limbering up. Yeah, he's just been checked. He's going to be all right. He's waiting to get the nod to come back onto the field of play. And here he is, back on as Westwood kicks it long up towards Fletcher, who keeps it in play, but then he loses his balance slightly and just maybe turned his ankle in the process. He's gone down now, just off the pitch.
I mean, I don't know what studs he's got on. He seems to have twisted his ankle as he's turned, and he looks as though he's struggling, to be fair.
He does.
Which is not a great sign.
I suppose that's the other thing, when you've got a wet surface, you're going to slip and slide a little bit more than normal.
Well,
he's twisted his ankle by the looks of things. Well, obviously the medical staff can treat him off the field, so they will continue without the Wednesday striker. So it's 10 against 11 for the time being. So the ball is worked towards Brian, the left back. He comes inwards towards O'Neill. Just strokes across towards Pack. He goes back inside again. O'Neill. He's
back up. Looks to be walking okay.
Fletcher's just stretching away and walking back towards the halfway line. Hopefully we'll get the signal to come back on in a second. Here he is. So it's back to 11 against 11. As it is, Bristol City have got the ball though, and they're coming forward. Tomlin just tries to get away from Kieran Lee, and everyone seemed to back off away from Tomlin until Kieran Lee got back at him and took it off his toes. He's just guilty of backing away there on that occasion, but Kieran Lee didn't back away, and he got the ball back to Bannon, and Bannon's gone inside now for David Jones. Jones works it along the floor in towards Daniel Padil, who's coming forward, advancing on this left-hand side. Finds Adam Reach. Reach will get away from one defender. Can he get away from the other? No. He just cut off his run there, the number 11. Let's come back. The clearance straight to David Jones and Callum O'Dowda. Wednesday on the halfway line have possession. It's Tom Lee's over the top, looking to try and find Fletcher, but you're right, he's going to get away from him, and it will be a goal kick for Bristol City.
It's a straight ball. When it goes over your head, you're never going to catch it. Well, Bristol City giving us a better game than when Wigan did on. They look a better side than Wigan, don't they?
They're certainly more attack-minded. I mean, that's reflected by the number of goals they've scored. I think it's like 30 goals in 22 games since Lee Johnson took over. I think that was the stat. It just goes back there towards
that bounces in trouble, but it's not. They've done well, Flint.
On the header, but Wednesday have got possession back with Bannon, and he moves it inside. Another slip there from Fletcher. Again, you see the water splash up as Reach tries his luck along the floor. He keeps it low, but it fails to trouble Richard O'Donnell, who watches it go out of play.
I think Steve Fletcher needs to change his boots.
Well, most of the Wednesday players these days seem to have these orange boots. Well, they've got a group sponsorship deal or something, but clearly they need to change their
I don't mean
studs.
the colour.
Yeah. I know that. Maybe they're just, they come in one fits all, I don't know. Well, we often see players sliding all over, even when it's dry or supposedly dry. I know they always tend to water these pitches a lot.
Referee.
It's a free kick for Bristol City. And Fletcher's asking the question, why have you given that? Been talking to for Hooper. I'll say Fletcher then. I think I did. I meant Hooper.
Fletcher's back marking.
So there's two players standing in conference over the ball, and eventually Bryant will move away and think about working it out wide, but in the end stop and elect to just chip it up in towards the box. It was flicked away by Fletcher, who defensively is very useful for Wednesday. I know he's brought as a goal scorer and as an attacker, but he's proven his worth in our own box. Well, the ball was just played inside there by Reach in the air, but it was cut out by Magnuson, who's worked it away towards Abraham.
It's a nice ball, that.
And now Tammy Abraham will look to try and get past the Wednesday player, but he won't do so. Well played, Jack Hunt.
That's superb play from Hunt.
And just turns and looks to play it back towards Bannon.
Superb by Jack Hunt there.
I suppose what he'll know, because he's seen Liam Palmer play a couple of games and he's played well in both, he needs to show tonight, because if he wants that jersey, so there's good competition there at right back. I think Jack Hunt probably will agree, probably needed to come out of the side for a couple of games. But so far tonight he's played quite well.
He has played well.
On the halfway line Wednesday, after doing some defending, the ball was an attempted crossfield ball there from Bristol, but it was easily dealt with by the aforementioned Hunt. And it goes inside now for Fletcher, who's seeing a lot of the ball in all halves. Ball goes wide now. Reach will look to try and take on Little. He puts in an early cross towards Hooper. Tried to cushion off his chest. I think he was trying to push it back there for Fletcher, but he didn't make any contact, I don't think. But Wednesday have got it back, right-hand side, but it's only momentarily, because the pass inside by Hunt doesn't find Kieran Lee. And now here is O'Neill. Gary O'Neill works it on. O'Dowda plays it outside for Little. He has support again from O'Dowda, but he didn't continue his run. He will get there though and try and get a cross off. It was blocked away though by Daniel Padil, and then the supporting defender with Reach kicked it out of play. But again, Bristol City just seeing a lot of the ball at the moment, just having a decent spell as it's chipped up in the air, trying to find Abraham, but it's kicked away by Wednesday from a defensive position with Sam Hutchinson. But again, they've recovered it at Bristol. And they've worked it back to their goalkeeper from the halfway line with Gary O'Neill. Again, it goes short out of the back for Bristol City with O'Neill on the halfway line. He advances forward now. Plays it short in for Pack. Inside it goes for Brownhill. Brownhill was a player that Barnsley had on loan last season from Preston. It's gone long. Magnuson has played a really good crossfield ball out wide to O'Dowda, who tried to knock it back for Little. Handball was the appeal for the crowd, but it'll just be a throw-in for Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, Reach did well.
Throw it inside towards Tom Lees. He plays it into the feet of Bannon here, a bit in front of himself. And now we've gone across towards the left, initially with Jones, then with Daniel Padil, back to Jones, and Bannon, who started it all off, has got it again. Plays it back for Jones. Over towards the right. And Wednesday will look to try and accelerate here with Kieran Lee on the end of the pass there from Jack Hunt, but again across to it was Magnuson. Different role I suppose today as well for Bannon, because he played a bit deeper on Saturday. Now with Jones sitting there, it means he gets to go a bit more further forward, I suppose.
Yeah, it frees Barry up a little bit more.
He's on the right though today a lot of the time. Ball thrown down towards Hooper. Back it goes for David Jones. And Daniel Padil sidesteps his man and keeps possession. And eventually works it back for Barry Bannon on this right-hand side. He comes inwards now, and he's going to try and stand it up there towards Reach at the back. And he's just cushioned the header down for Fletcher, who's got plenty of venom on the strike, left-footed, but failed to keep it down. He was headed down by Adam Reach, but unfortunately Fletcher couldn't get his strike on target.
It was a difficult one. I mean, he's just dropped it down, Adam Reach. It's a nice little cushion, but it's really a difficult angle for Steve Fletcher. 29
minutes tick over. It remains goalless between Sheffield Wednesday and Bristol City. You're listening to Wednesday Player HD. Neither goalkeeper has made an awful lot of saves. I was just thinking back, because Westwood did just turn one over the top from the central defender Flint, and there was a chance that was deflected away by Lee Tomlin. That was the clearest chances really, both fell to Bristol City. It's been fairly even otherwise this evening.
I'd agree with that.
Ball goes forward, and that's just going to run through into the box, and Westwood will get hold of this. It's thrown short towards Tom Lees. Plays it up to Fletcher. Fletcher again brings this one down. Lovely play from Fletcher. Unlucky. The idea was right, trying to get Adam Reach in.
I mean, he's got a great chest, he's turned on it when he's seen the run. He's tried to find Adam Reach a little bit too straight. It's great skill from Steve Fletcher.
I think he's been the standout player for me so far for Wednesday.
Fletcher?
Yeah. He's had a good night. Ball goes into the feet here of Pack, who's coming towards the centre circle. Plays it short now for O'Neill, back towards Magnuson. And now he'll just play it through the middle. He's looking for the run here from the centre forward. Abraham nearly got there, but again, Westwood alive to the danger, catching it right on the edge of his box. Shadowed by Hutchinson was the runner. Wednesday have worked it inside there. Kieran Lee has to play it away first time because it was slightly behind him. Fletcher couldn't do much with it really. It's not surprising that we've lost the ball there. Here's Brownhill back towards O'Neill. O'Neill is looking to see what's on. He might have to turn backwards here, and he'll use Magnuson. He plays it across the back line in towards Little. Little's touch wasn't great. He'll play it back inside and looking to get
nice
the return
ball.
pass, and he has got it back from Tomlin, and he's in the area now as Little. He tries to play a low cross in towards Abraham, but sticking out leg to get in the way there was Hutchinson, but he's put it behind for a corner kick to Bristol City.
Yeah, excellent play from Bristol City, combining well down this right hand side and freeing Little, trying to guide his cross into the near post, but it was well intercepted. We had to concede the corner.
Corner will be taken here by the number 6 for Bristol City. That's O'Neill. And the former West Ham players put in a decent delivery, but it's nodded away by Wednesday. It goes back into the area again. Tom Lees needs to win the header, but doesn't. And it's in from, their goal-scoring centre forward, who's done really well since arriving on loan from Chelsea, Tammy Abraham, with a bullet header that goes through the hands of Westwood. They got away the first ball into the box, but couldn't clear the second. And as a result, Bristol City have taken the lead in 32 minutes. It's Sheffield Wednesday 0, Bristol City 1.
It could have gone either way. Both sides, we're saying that the game's been equal, but I mean, that is a bullet header. I thought he's going to do well to get his head on that. He rose, he's hung up there, and that is a superb header from Abraham.
So
great goal.
They have to respond again, as they did at the weekend when they went behind a lot earlier in that game.
Yeah.
I was just thinking in my mind though, before that goal, we just need to up the tempo again. I just thought Bristol was starting to maybe get on top. And when Wednesday are at it, when they're really causing oppositions more problems, they're winning the second ball, and I don't think that's happened that much tonight.
To be fair, I think that Bristol have been a good side, so
They've created a chance. Ball goes out wide here to Reach. Reach works it inside towards David Jones, towards Bannon. Across the midfield this goes. Jack Hunt managing to find Kieran Lee, goes back towards Jack Hunt. Will he get there? The defender takes no chances and has to put it away. Does O'Neill, working hard, getting back there, the midfielder, to concede a corner kick. So Wednesday have a corner there.
Lovely move from Wednesday, switching it from left to right. Kieran Lee just trying to guide that into Hunt's path.
Corner will be flighted in left-footed. It's curling in towards the centre of the penalty area. It's still a bit of a scramble, but it's going to be cleared away so far. Wednesday get it back here with Tom Lees. Returns it for Jack Hunt, who's in the centre circle there. There's Kieran Lee, now Bannon. Bannon works it away, might be fouled. He was certainly appealing for that. Jack Hunt has got possession. Now Sam Hutchinson finds Adam Reach to David Jones. And Jones gets it away out towards this left-hand side. It's going to be a struggle for Daniel Padil to keep that in play, and it's going to be a throw. That's the outcome for Bristol City. you know of any problem with Forestieri? Has he got a knock tonight, or just a tactical decision?
No, I don't think so. I don't think. I think that he's probably just been rotated like Palmer has, like the other ones up.
Hooper's been quite quiet though so far tonight. I wouldn't be surprised to see that change perhaps at half-time, in light of the scoreline. Ball's gone back here towards Magnuson. Plays it short towards O'Neill. And now Flint will play it back for his goalkeeper. O'Donnell blasts this one right through the middle of the park. Again, he's looking for Abraham up against Hutchinson. Both, of course, coming through the Chelsea system. Not sure whether they know each other from there or not. It's going to be a throw to be taken here for Wednesday by Daniel Padil in front of Lee Johnson, the Bristol City manager. It's thrown up towards Fletcher. He seems to always be the target, but it's just gone past him. Magnuson won it, and it's hooked over the head by O'Neill. Stabbed forward by Hutchinson, looking for Hooper. Hooper just doesn't quite get there ahead of Magnuson. And now it's with Brownhill for Bristol City. The Robins have possession in the right back position with Little, and now they've gone back towards their own goal. And O'Donnell will get the ball, and he plays it short across towards Magnuson over on the left-hand side. He plays it along the floor, just popping it into the feet there of Tomlin. Tomlin gets it back off Bryan. And then it's just fired forward, headed away by Hutchinson, trying to find Fletcher, looking just to dab the header down. He'll slide in and make a tackle. It might come for reach. They're all trying to battle away for possession. It's a real scramble to try and come away with it.
Come on, referee.
And went to get the foul in the end. There's a few challenges going in there. They were leaping in, weren't they, from all sides?
I found that difficult to judge which way it was going to go.
Well, actually, were you saying, come on, referee, just let it go? Or?
Well, I just thought, everybody was doing the same. How could he pick?
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was kind of thinking, well, it's not wrong. Nobody fouled anyone at that stage. All just fired forward there by Hutchinson. Anyway, it's flicked down the header by Fletcher, looking to steer it in towards the box, but the clearance has been made. Now another header will be attempted by Wednesday. They're just struggling a little bit to break down Bristol City. They've gone back here towards Tom Lees. Comes across his own back line. And now Hutchinson will look to carry it up towards the halfway line. He plays it in front of him towards Jones. Jones works it back for Hutchinson. And Sam might clobber this one long. He's just tried to play a crossfield pass towards Bannon. Won't quite reach its destination, but Wednesday get it with Jack Hunt. Trying to head it down, and he was trying to find Bannon as well, but again Bristol City alive to the danger. They've gone long up towards Abraham, but it's off the chest of Tom Lees. Makes it look easy. Just steers it to the side. Now Daniel Padil gets the ball, even taking it from Hutchinson. And Hutchinson has got it back again from Jones. Wednesday in their own half at the moment. Played short again, David Jones works it forward towards Hooper. Up towards reach again. He just tried to roll that one around the corner. He was looking to find Gary Hooper. His pack. Doesn't need to make a challenge, but they're coming again and looking to run through the middle. They might just do that. This could be a wonder goal. What a save! But the rebound's going to be tucked away by Abraham. He could only make the save up into the air. Westwood tried his best to keep it out, but Abraham was alive to the danger. Pack might not score, but Abraham certainly did. And Wednesday now 2-0 down in 39 minutes. It's Sheffield Wednesday 0, Bristol City 2.
Well, that's come from nowhere. I didn't see that coming 10 minutes ago. Even that's a danger though. It's a great effort. Kieran Westwood's pulled off a great save. I think he's probably tried to tip it out wide, but the back ball's probably moving all over, and he's done well to stop it. And there's your man Abraham following up the simple header.
It's one of those that you need to get the distance away because the forward was loitering. That's why he's scoring goals.
He's looked absolute quality, hasn't he?
As I say, you're not on the books of Chelsea if you've not got something about you. And he looks like he's got some real potential. Of course, they've had Banford, who came through the ranks, was loaned to some championship clubs in the past. He was catching the eye. And now Abraham looks like he's going to do the same, and I wonder what Chelsea will be thinking about how he's getting on here at Bristol City. All just headed inside there towards Fletcher. 2-0 Wednesday. They've now got a bit of a mountain to climb. There is time, but they need to try and nick one back before half-time. Here's Fletcher. Goes back towards Daniel Padil. David Jones. And Jones just arrows it over towards the right. That's a good ball as well. It's found Jack Hunt. It's an overlapping run for Kieran Lee. He's controlled it. Lee plays it back towards Bannon. Towards David Jones now. And David Jones works it back out wide. Hunt needs to swing the cross in the middle, but he's looking to try and take on his men rather than his man. There's two there over with him. He's pulled it back in the end towards Bannon. Goes in towards the area, right on the edge of the box. It's flicked on by Fletcher. Comes over towards the left and lands at the feet of Reach. Has to turn around and go backwards for Daniel Padil. Put under pressure there was Jones by Abraham. Still with the Owls, but they're being forced into their own half. Now Hutchinson. Back it goes for Tom Lees. Lees.
Nowhere to go.
Can't release it anywhere, can he? He's found Daniel Padil in the end. Plays it down the line for Reach on the stretch, and he's done really well just to nip it through the legs there of Little. It's still with Adam Reach going inside, then outside, and he's brought down. That's a foul. Exciting run that from Adam Reach.
It's a great little run. Deliberately tripped. Could just do with a goal before half time, it'd be perfect. It's a great little run from Reach.
Gary O'Neill goes into the book then for that challenge. Jones is standing over the free kick. And just had a quiet word there with Kieran Lee, but he's got away from the ball. We're looking for a cross into the middle here. Down the side of the box. Two-man wall. We'll just try and blast it into that area. See what happens.
Yeah, it's a difficult one to know where to put this one.
Well, Jones goes for the height, and it's headed over his own bar there by Flint, but nobody was actually there running with the defender.
I mean, he's smashed that. He's put it into a perfect position with loads of pace on it. There's three Bristol players, or three Bristol defenders there, they're in the blue shirt inside.
We're sort of hanging back, wanting it screwing back perhaps, I don't know, but nobody challenging. The ball is flighted in, and again it's not a great delivery, I'm afraid, that one. It's gone past the box and out of play for a throw on the other side.
Well, the crowd are disappointed because the referee got in the way of Adam Reach. He's just making his run to try and get on the end of it. The referee's blocked him. I think that's a booking.
Little will take the throw in. 2 minutes of the 45 remain. We will have, I'd imagine, 5 minutes of stoppages because we've had a couple of delays. One for Hutchinson, and then I suppose Fletcher was already off the field, but at least 4 minutes I would have thought. Ball just worked out wide, or that's what I thought was going to happen, but Kieran Lee saw his pass intercepted, and now Pack will work this one back towards Tomlin, over towards Brian. And forced back, he's the Bristol man. There's a foul, a late challenge there from Kieran Lee, catching Brownhill, so it's a free kick for Bristol City. Well, I was thinking, Forest the area at half-time at 1-0, certainly at 2-0, you've got to be thinking of chucking him on.
Well, we know that Carlos is not shy about making changes at half-time.
The ball's gone up again towards Abraham. It's run through for Westwood in the end. He's causing a few problems, though, for the Owls' defence, and just limping a little bit there is Daniel Padil. I don't know if he stood on his toe or something like that. He's limping away at the moment. Ball's been kicked out towards the right-hand side, and Jack Hunt took it off his chest and has played it down for Tom Lees. Here's Hutchinson. He goes long to Sam Hutchinson. He's really pinged that. It's going to bounce and run through, and it's controlled by the goalkeeper. O'Donnell took it on his knee, and he'll gather it up now. Still with O'Donnell. He's in no hurry to release this ball. He will kick it now. Again, looking for Abraham through the middle. 3 minutes added on. Reach gets it down the line, but he fails to find Hooper with it. But Jones is there backing up, and he moves it on now. Here is Gary Hooper, switching it over towards the right-hand side. Barry Bannon looking to get in the box. He has support there from Jack Hunt. Hunt will screw it back. Here's a chance for Fletcher, controls it. Can he make the angle? It almost comes back there for Jones, but it just comes off his leg, and he can't control it. He has got it back, but he's moved over towards this left-hand side. Back heel, down towards Reach. An early first-time cross goes into the box, and it's nodded away again by Flint. There was nobody, though, looking to dart into that 6-yard box, putting pressure on, looking for that early cross into the area. Reach wants somebody to move for him. He's found Hooper in the end, and it's just cushioned back to him. On the stretch, he controls it, and it's still with Adam Reach. He's done really well. Still Adam Reach. Can he get the crossover? He's got a throw in.
Can't see because the camera.
The throw in taken by Reach in towards Hooper. Swivel and turn. Look to hit it. He hasn't. He's played it back instead towards Bannon. Over towards the right-hand side. Now Jack Hunt. He puts it into the middle, looking for Hooper. It's just brushed away by the Bristol defender, and they should complete the clearance. They played it down the line now towards Pack. Well, he steers it down the line, but he fails to find anybody in a red jersey, because here's Daniel Padil instead. Now Bannon works it out wide for Reach. Reach will try and put the cross back into the area. He's looking for Fletcher. It's nodded away again by the Robins, and they've kicked it away down the line. It's going to be retrieved here by Lees. Back towards Bannon. Bannon puts it up in the air. He's looking to try and find Jack Hunt, but across to it there was Magnuson, and they've got it away. And they've again just hit it long, and Wednesday will just cushion the header back towards Westwood. Westwood's taken it out of his area. He's going to try and hit it long himself now. A left-footed punt long up towards Fletcher. He flicks it on. It's gone the wrong side of Hooper. He's gone back out of the area and plays it back for Adam Reach. Reach puts it back into the middle. Again, though, he's failed to find anyone in a blue jersey. It goes back onto this right-hand side. Hunt's touch wasn't great, though. Showed too much to the defender, but he gets it back. Here's Barry Bannon. Bannon looks to try and pop it in, but he'll move it out wide instead. Hunt first time cross is too long. Not a good cross. It's going to be a throw-in.
Forestier is coming on now.
Well, we're not waiting then, and it's because Daniel Padil is struggling. Well, we mentioned he was limping, and he's gone off, so that's going to mean Reach is going to go back to left back. Well, I was thinking that Reach looks the only man that looks likely to cause them a problem or two. At left back, you can do less damage. A little strange one, that, for me.
Oh, he's injured.
I know that. I just think we could have, I don't know, done something else. I think Reach should be playing further forward. But maybe that's just going to be the first change, but at the moment we've got to take them on a bit more. It's half-time anyway. And now Jones has gone off, and he's been replaced by Ross Wallace right at the break, so we'll see if that has a telling impact. As it is, Wednesday have kicked us off. They're attacking towards the Cop end, and there is Tom Lees stroking it across, and Adam Reach's got struggled to get on for that ball from Sam Hudson. It wasn't a great pass to him. It's gone out of play. Now it's a throw-in for Bristol City. So what do you make of that change with Wallace coming on for Jones?
Well, obviously we're going to, Adam Reach has had to go back. Ross Wallace has come over on the right hand side. Does it balance things up? Is it more? It is a slightly more attacking option.
It means Bannon's more central now, of course. He was on the right hand side first.
Yeah. Well, was he on the right hand side, or was Kieran Lee on the right hand side?
I don't really. I think we had a sort of deployed right-sided midfielder. I was thinking we might have gone with maybe someone like Palmer when you were asking who could play left back. He played it pre-season, and I just would have liked to see Reach stay in a more advanced role. But anyway, it's done now, and coming forward to Bristol City down the right-hand side with Little was possessed there, and it was Forestier down by the corner flag.
He was really unlucky. He did really well, won the ball back, tried to just go past his marker. He rebounded off the Bristol City player onto Fernando, out for the Bristol throw.
And the ball is just worked backwards there, but it's just kicked out of play by Bristol City, so they've lost possession. So Wednesday will get it back here. And Reach is going to take the throw. Wednesday again losing possession, but they'll get it back right on the edge of their own area. Both teams guilty of losing possession a bit cheaply here. Kieran Lee's just passed it straight to Brownhill, and it's moved short in towards Brian. And now they've come out to Tomlin, who's managed to wriggle his way through. Has to be careful there, Jack Hunt, but
he's
he just
done well.
Wraps his leg around the ball rather than the man's leg and does nick it away as he was looking, probably at pulling back the trigger there, Lee Tomlin.
Surprised. I thought it came off the Bristol player, but it didn't. Straight out, Bristol throw.
Ball just chipped forward, and Wednesday have got it back, and we're looking to pick out Hooper there. Up the front was Jack Hunt with the vision. Didn't quite come off. It's gone back towards O'Donnell. Wednesday need to win the ball and get it down on the floor. Bannon, I think, it's been fouled, so it's a free kick. So a free kick that's going to be taken by Hutchinson. Rob Fisher was just saying he's late home from work. We're 2-0 down. What's going on? Can you sum that up, please, in a nugget?
Well, for me, the first goal was vital.
Ball just goes forward up towards Fletcher, but it goes away from him. It's not quite landing for him. A long punt long into the area.
An even game, and then the big centre forward looks absolutely class from Chelsea. They've put a ball in across the 6-yard box, and he's just got above everybody, and he's powered ahead past Westwood, left him no chance. I think that shocked us a little bit, and then a few minutes later, as I said, up until a half hour, there was nothing to choose.
David Martin has got in touch. He was saying only 45% in terms of possession in the first half, no shots on target. How things change, so he's a bit frustrated with what he's been listening to. Hopefully it will improve, but at the moment Wednesday haven't really stamped their authority. You kind of expect that second half onslaught. We saw it so many times last season, but thus far even the changes haven't altered things. No passion is what Ian's hearing. What is wrong with us?
No, I wouldn't agree with no passion. I think that we've sometimes that happens in games. You know, I thought against Leeds, I didn't think we played that well. I don't think we've played that badly tonight.
It's a little bit flat in terms of the atmosphere. I suppose it's inevitable when you do go 2-0 down.
It's gone flat because of the score.
Still inside the Wednesday half, they've been forced back to Westwood here. Hutchinson gets it off his keeper. Going to go long. He's just tried to smash it through towards Fletcher. It comes off his chest, but again he can't cushion it down for Hooper. Wednesday will get it back here with Ross Wallace. Wallace pings it inside towards Barry Bannon, and Bannon's tried to spread the play, but the defender read the danger so well there, Mark Little, just heading it away, because it would have managed to reach Forestieri if he hadn't cut it out, and he was probably going to cause a bit of damage there. Here is Wallace again trying to thread it through, looking for Hunt. The defender clears it away. Brian, Wednesday have taken a quick throw in. Now here's Barry Bannon towards Hutchinson. Adam Reach on the left hand side. He'll come inside and look to play it to Kieran Lee. He's got a bit of space. He shoots, goes for goal. That was on target, but a strong hand there from Richard O'Donnell just turns it aside.
Superb ball from Adam Reach into Kieran Lee's path, left footed. Great save from Richard O'Donnell.
He was going in there between the goalkeeper and the post until Richard O'Donnell intervened. The corner goes into the middle. Wednesday will try.
Fletcher!
It's Fletcher's on the mark again with a second game running right from the corner. It was planted planted right on top of his head, and he glanced in into the corner of the goal. And Wednesday are back in this one. 51 minutes played. A decent delivery, it has to be said, from Forestieri. And really, as a centre forward, you can't ask for anything else. That was perfect for Fletcher. Wednesday have a bit of a lifeline. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Bristol City 2.
Well, the crowd really getting behind us now. Terrific header from Stephen Fletcher. Not sure who the marker was with Fletcher. It was either Pack or Magnuson. And Fletcher got above, guided it into the bottom left-hand corner in front of the cop.
It was like watching John Pearson scoring against Bristol City. Was it a similar goal? Was it with your head that day?
It was, yeah. It was in the other end though. It was Leppin's lane end.
All right.
Not that I cared at that time.
Nope. So we'll see whether that can spark a revival. Give everyone a lift. We were just saying it was a bit flat. Understandable when you are 2-0 down. Plenty of time now to try and address this scoreline and get, at the bare minimum, a point from the game. Ball is worked across towards the right-hand side. Bristol City have just tried to thread that one through. It's looped up in the air. Out comes Westwood. He will get that just ahead of Harry O'Neill, who made the run through. Now Wednesday have got it back here with Hooper. Hooper slots it short. Across it goes towards Wallace. Wallace on the right foot. Wrong foot. He was on his left. It might have been a different outcome, but unfortunately it was set up for a right-footed strike. He had a go, to be fair to him, but 30 yards from goal, he's popped it wide.
I think the pleasing thing is that in this first 8 minutes or so, we've had more shots in that 8 minutes than we did in the first half. You know, so just cracks beginning to appear in the Bristol City defence.
And of course, the goals come about from the goalkeeper making a save, conceding a corner, and then obviously Wednesday have scored from the resultant flag kick with Fletcher. So you're right, test the goalkeeper, even get a strike that might just go wide. It will certainly lift spirits, but as it is, we've got some defending to do here. Abraham has got some space and he tries to get the cross over. He just hits the backside of a Wednesday player. Tomlin
has
handballed it, so Wednesday will get the ball down. Their quick free kick. Bannon towards Adam Reach. He'll accelerate over the halfway line.
Get out of his way.
Here's Forestieri. Forestieri just plays it short into the feet of Bannon. Now here's Wallace. Wallace plays it across now towards Jack Hunt. Along the floor, Fletcher, back it goes for Hunt. And Wednesday now with Wallace. Wallace pings it again along the deck towards Adam Reach. Reach will pop it into the centre. It's too strong. I think that's going to run away. It will. Went in between Fletcher and also Jack Hunt, and it will be a goal kick. Can tell the difference from the crowd. They're bouncing away. A goal kick to be taken here by Richard O'Donnell. O'Donnell still taking his time about it. Just trying to maybe take the sting out of Wednesday, who've just enjoyed a bit of a purple patch, lifted by the goal from Fletcher. Bit of defending required here, and it's a bit after you, Claude, there, because Wednesday were waiting for Westwood, and in the end Adam Reach just sliced it into his own area.
Got away with that. Yeah,
there was also Hutchison who was in there, and I think one of them were waiting for the other to take charge of the situation. An early clearance from Westwood's just run through towards O'Donnell. Is that the goalkeeper's place to take charge of that and say, I'm going to have that?
Ideally it is, yes. I think the goalkeeper can see everything now. Whether or not
you just want the ball back there with Wallace,
it can be heard, that's another question.
Has to take a bit of authority there, or someone does. Here is Lee, just pops it into the feet of Forestieri again, just trying to lose his marker. It just gives you that energy though when he's on the field of play for me. That's why Wednesday look a different proposition. He kind of sets the tempo for everyone else. Ball goes back towards Barry Bannon.
Reach is low, he's crying out for it. There
goes out wide, and here is Adam Reach. Reach controls it. Can he ping the cross in? It's a low one. It's nodded away and it ricochets. Wednesday appealing for the handball. Did it hit O'Neill's hands?
Too far away for me to see that.
Debatable. But certainly Mark Little got into a bit of a mess there.
Well, Wednesday really turning the screw at the moment.
Here's Wallace. Wallace just plays it to Bannon. And Barry Bannon will try and carry this one forward. Plays it into Fletcher now. Back it goes for Barry Bannon. And now here's Wallace. Wallace slots it along the deck. Here's Kieran Lee looking to accelerate. He goes through and just feigns to pass it. And he still has possession. And he's run it so far that he's ended up winning a corner out of it.
24-151 is the crowd.
The corner's gone short. Wednesday have it with Forestieri. He gets tangled a bit there. Will it stay in play for Reach? We've got a throw in. He takes it quickly. Kieran Lee.
He's given a foul throw, referee. I've liked you till now.
He didn't in the first half. And the right back took one that was blatantly a foul throw.
Well, I like the referee until just that moment. To be fair to him, he's let play go. You know, he's not been pedantic and made people.
Has he given a foul throw? Because it's a free kick.
He's given a free kick. It might have been offside.
Well, O'Donnell wants to take this one, telling the defender Flint to go away.
So I'm presuming it's offside, but no, the referee, you know, he's not pulled play back and made him take it from the exact spot. He's let the game flow well. I think he's done well.
Headed away there by Sam Hutchinson. Or rather Tom Lees. This will be Sam Hutchinson who wins that header. And Wednesday, well, Hooper seemed to delay and hang about, waiting, anticipating, but not actually making a movement for the ball. Kicked away that time by Tom Lees, and it's kept in brilliantly. What a touch that was from Wallace. And he's pinged it inside now towards Hooper. Off his chest, tries to set himself. Comes back for Forestieri. A low shot. Well, watching it all the way was O'Donnell. Bring it right in.
Great football. Superb. Sorry.
It's all right. I was just trying to think of the right words.
Superb from Wallace. Picking Hooper out, putting it on his chest. He's gone for the shot. It's blocked. Forestieri follows up. Makes O'Donnell down to his left-hand side, make the save.
On target though, and another tester, but Wednesday lose the ball there with Kieran Lee, and it might come through for Pack, and that could well be a penalty. A challenge there from Sam Hutchinson.
He's going to go.
And, well, Sam Hutchinson has got a red card as well as a sending off. So they get a penalty, and we lose a man. So, after all that hope of scoring the goal, and then that chance just a moment ago, it could all be extinguished from this penalty, which I think Tomlin's going to take. Sam Hutchinson sent off.
It's going to be a long half an hour now.
It's always like a double punishment, isn't it, though, when you see the defender sent off for the challenge in the area. They got the penalty. Off goes Hutchinson then. I think Wednesday may be waiting to see. Oh, Carlos isn't happy. He's just gone running there to the fourth official. Just saying, I don't know, calm it down, Carlos. I don't know what
I don't know.
About.
I don't think there's any arguments about that, if I'm being honest. Kieran Lee's made the original mistake.
Yeah.
Here comes the penalty anyway. It's going to be number 10, Tomlin. Lee Tomlin.
Against Westwood. Come on, Kieran. You've been a hero so many times, you can do it again. It's going to go down to the bottom left, I reckon, this one. Well, he strikes it against the post. Well, the goalkeeper doesn't end up making a save, but he doesn't score either. Now the counter-attack's on, a foul on Gary Hooper. Well, what a dramatic few minutes. He sent him off. It's a red card because it's a second bookable offence. And now both sides reduced to 10 men. Well, it's all happened in the space of about, 60 seconds. Off goes Gary O'Neill. God, speechless.
I'm trying to work out what's happened. He's got a yellow and a red.
Well, sending off then for Gary O'Neill, an experienced midfielder. Carlos is still annoyed about the initial incident. He's just called back Vincent Sasso as well. So I think he was almost waiting to see what would happen with the penalty before he makes that other change. He's obviously decided we need another centre-half on the field of play. So Vincent Sasso will come on. Who's going to be the sacrificial lamb, so to speak, going off?
I don't know. It's an amazing 30 seconds. We could have been 3-1 down. Now we're 2-1 down, and both teams have got 10 men on the pitch. So
I'm wondering whether it might be Kieran Lee that goes off.
I think I'm just wondering if it'll be Jack Hunt, and we'll go to 3 at the back.
Well, using Reach as a third centre half.
Yeah.
Ball just played in towards the area, controlled here by Lee. Tries to screw it across, and it's gone into the side netting, and it will just be a goal kick. Unless he loses one of the strikers and takes off Hooper.
Well, but we're a goal down.
I know, that's what I was thinking, but you've got Forestieri on the field too. We'll find out here. And it is going to be Gary Hooper, I've called it. Remember, they're also down to 10 as well.
Now, so who's the player? They've got Gary O'Neill sent off.
Centre midfielder. So Sasser will slot in alongside Tom Lees. Well, he's not happy about it, isn't Gary Hooper? As if to say, you need to score and you're taking me off. He's not at all happy about that.
Well, I didn't think we'd take Gary Hooper off.
I think he's trying to protect the shape a little bit, though. That's what he's thinking. As I say, Forestieri's on. He's going to go further forward through the middle alongside Fletcher now. Here's Vincent Sasso, his first touch. He plays it away towards Adam Reach. Lee. Barry Bannon whips that one forward in the air, looking to find Fletcher. Handball, it looked like Magnuson. And Wednesday get the ball back with Jack Hunt. Hunt plays that one back across there towards Bannon. He gets it back, there's the right back. And now Hunt will play it inside towards Wallace. Wallace digs it out for Forestieri. Forestieri wants it on his right foot, but then he'll have to go back towards the left. He's still not decided what he's going to do. He passes it instead for Barry Bannon. Centrally placed, he chips it up in the air looking for Forestieri. The defender tried to hook it away, and I don't know whether that put Forestieri off slightly because he missed the ball. And Forestieri hooked it, but he hooked it high and over.
Yeah, I just wonder whether the defender actually just got a little toe onto that and he just took it up. You know, Fernando was already shaping for the shot.
Then bringing Scott Goldborn on, who's a left back. I didn't see the number actually they're going to take off.
I'm not sure if it was 8. Was it number 8?
That'll be Brownhill, so they'll be taking off.
Is it Brownhill? It's 10.
Right, so that's the man who missed the penalty, Tomlin. We didn't even have time to talk about that penalty.
Well, he struck it well. It's hit the post full on and rebounded. We've picked it up. Can't remember who was slotted through now, but and they were brought down.
It was certainly a mad minute or so.
Yeah, it was a second yellow, wasn't it? I don't think there's any arguments about both the sendings off. You know.
Well, the ball's come through towards Tom Lees, and he's controlled it in the end and got it away up towards Forestieri. JP, the referee, always evens things out.
Yeah.
Saying comes true.
That's what I thought. You know, he's evened things up because it wasn't a sending off because he was in the centre circle, and I thought he'd given him a straight red. I didn't realise he'd already been booked.
So it was interesting. Probably less than 30 seconds before all that transpired, you were praising the officials, and then he's had a big decision to make, and then another big decision to make, and all of a sudden he's.
Well, no, we haven't berated him.
I know you didn't berate him. I'm just saying we would bring him into the spotlight, and all of a sudden he takes centre stage for a minute or so. Well, Wednesday just passed that straight towards Abraham, but we get lucky with that with Wallace, and we get it back. And now it's popped through by Bannon. Goes up towards Forestieri. It's nodded away. Comes back for Wallace. He heads it down, and it's left there for Pack, who plays it inside now for Brownhill. Brownhill to Little, and Mark Little accelerates up towards the halfway line. He just slots it inside again, back towards Brownhill. He turns it back now, and Flint will return it with interest to his goalkeeper. First time clearance away by Richard O'Donnell, right through the middle from the Bristol City goalkeeper. He's found Abraham though.
He's a good player, that Abraham.
You'd have been tempted to maybe let him take the penalty, having scored 2 already. Obviously, I suppose Tomlin must be the usual penalty taker. He took some from Middlesbrough in the past. Coming forward, here's Little, and Wednesday are backing off again, and They've done that a lot today, you know.
Yeah.
You think about the second goal where Pack's carried it miles and nobody's made a challenge on him. We're guilty of it there with Little as he broke in towards our box, the right back. Just a goal kick this time, get away with it. Of course, it will mean a change at centre-back at the weekend. Vincent Sasso on today to stake his claim.
Did Louvens play yesterday?
He did play again just to step up the fitness. He was on the bench on Saturday, so you would have thought maybe they thought it was more beneficial to get some action under his belt. So I would have thought Louvens is probably in pole position to start. Hasn't played this season, of course, because of injury. Here's Barry Bannon. Bannon works it across towards Tom Lees. And now Hunt plays it back. Again, Tom Lees has got possession. Switch it over towards the other side. Play it through. He has done. He's seen the pass and picks out Barry Bannon on this left. Oh, that one will reach its destination. Adam Reach's got a good turn of speed and got on the ball. Back he went to Bannon. Now Wednesday try and play it down the line. Kieran Lee's battling for the ball, and it might go out of play. It will go out of play for a corner kick. The Bristol man getting the last touch. It's taken quickly. Wednesday
got one in the box
for Barry Bannon in towards Fletcher. It's nodded away by Flint. We've got to clear him. We're going to stand any chance. It goes in towards Forestieri. In fact, Kieran Lee it is instead. Back it goes for Barry Bannon, who works it in towards the area. It's just cushioned back and behind there by Scott Goulbourne. Going to be a corner.
That's the trouble now. Somebody's got to take responsibility and get in the box with Fletcher because Hooper's off. No, Fernando, is he playing on the left-hand side or is he alongside Fletcher?
Wednesday have made all their changes, of course, already as Wallace takes the corner and it's headed away at the front post. Nobody there at all. Just the defender, Brian.
Now we have made all three, haven't we?
We lost Daniel Padil in the first half. That's why Forestieri came on.
Offside.
Kicked forward in towards Adam Reach, and John, as usual, he's first to spots. But Adam Reach had straight offside. 68 minutes played. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Bristol City 2 is the scoreline. Is there a way back? I mean, you say Wednesday been the better of the two sides since the restart. It's just whether they've got it in the locker to score this equaliser. Tom Lees nods that one away. It comes down towards Goulbourne. He plays it down the line here for Bryant, who's gone further forward. Goulbourne inside for Pack, and then just screwed over the top, looking for the run. It's going to run through here for Westwood, who bowls it out. Didn't seem to come out of his arms properly there, that release. Cricket style overarm. He does find Adam Reach anyway. It's back here with Tom Lees on the right. Back in towards Barry Bannon. Bannon backing away from him and keep going. Nobody's going near him. Into the feet of Kieran Lee. Now here's Wallace, who seems to have a bit of a free roll. Popping up all over the place. Bannon again plays it back out wide towards Wallace. Wallace into the middle. A little glancing header was attempted there by Kieran Lee. It's cleared away by Bristol City on the halfway line. Wednesday have got it back. Adam Reach in possession. Again, he tries to fire it forward into the feet of Forestieri. He looks to try and spin the other way. It's still with Forestieri. Can he get the strike away? He does try. He sort of pushes it towards the goal. Didn't really glide that one in towards the top corner as he was looking to try and do. That one didn't come off there.
No, I thought it might have got deflected. It's not usually like Fernando that.
Like a fast push, wasn't it, forward?
It's a strange sort of effort. I thought it must have got deflected.
They're going to make another change here. They're going to bring Corey Smith on. He's another midfielder. Former Norwich City man. Probably I would have thought maybe Brownhill might go off the number 8. We'll see. Heading back towards Westwood. Westwood kicks it long through the middle. Fletcher's his target. And he wins that. He had no right to win that because it looked like it was going to be Little's ball all day long. So well done, Fletcher. The clearance is made by Bristol straight to the halfway line, and it's picked up here by Barry Bannon. Wednesday attacking City. And it's crossed in from the right-hand side. Fletcher's the target. He tries just to play it across, and for me, Kieran Lee didn't quite anticipate that he was looking to find him. Wednesday don't get enough players in the box a lot of the time.
That's what I've said. The consequence of us bringing Gary Hooper off.
It is going to be Brownhill who's coming off.
Substitution for Bristol City, break. Josh Brownhill is replaced by number 7, Corey Smith.
Somebody's got to push forward.
That's why I thought we might have, sacrificed somebody like Kieran Lee to keep Hooper on.
Well, I thought we might have just gone 3 at the back, because they're really not playing. They're only playing with 1 up front. And yeah, okay. So 4 at the back, your full backs push on, and you play with 2 at the back. It doesn't always work like that.
Kicked away by O'Donnell. Again, he's looking for Abrahams, but it's won really well by Tom Lees. Wednesday wrestling for the ball, trying to get it back, and it's gone out of play off the substitute Smith. So thrown on the halfway line. It's taken by Jack Hunt, who throws it down there towards Tom Lees. Vincent Sasso moves it on, and looking to accelerate now. Here's Wallace. Is he playing left back? He looked like he was there. Seems to have a free roll. It's gone back towards Barry Bannon. Played inside now, Forestieri. Forestieri trying to keep his balance. Has to be careful not to lose it, because there could have been a break on. He still has it, and he's moved it out towards the right. It's going to be too strong though for Jack Hunt. He goes running into the hoardings, skipping away from the right back. It's a goal kick for Bristol City.
Yeah, it's lovely football, but just it's that yard too far. As soon as it hits the surface, pitch has played well, to be fair. Considering the state it was in half an hour before kickoff.
Yeah, I'm sure the groundsman's pleased with the way it's playing. I suppose that's always the danger, that there's an awful lot of damage when you play when it's been bucking it down like it was before the game. They've lost possession here, and Little's got some space to run into, and he will look to accelerate. Again, Wednesday with Fletcher.
Yeah,
it's Fletcher chasing him. I know he's pushed him, but that's credit to him. He's working really hard. The centre forwards tracked him right back to left back there. They're not in a rush at all, are they, to get on with things? Tying the boots. That's what Corey Smith's doing.
Everybody does it.
The whole game to tie his laces. He's been sat on his backside for most of this, the substitute. So a free kick will be played in there, and it's a good looking delivery. It's headed away. Wednesday will complete the clearance here with Jack Hunt. Has to be careful. He's pressurised, but he's done really well, kept his composure and found Fletcher. Turned on now for Bannon. Wednesday looking to break in numbers. They found Reach on the left hand side. Back in for Bannon. Bannon still has possession. He pokes it back out wide for Adam Reach. He plays it into the feet here of Wallace. Wallace back out to the edge of the area. Bad touch there from Forestieri. Not quite happened for him today since coming on. 1 or 2 of his touches have not quite been the usual standard. But it only takes a moment for him to be the hero again. It's crossed into the centre towards Fletcher. Doesn't reach him, but it's been cleared away only as far as Jack Hunt screws it back. Bannon will be allowed that one if it's left there, but it's just dabbed to him. And now Barry Bannon releases.
Yeah!
What a goal! Barry Bannon!
What a
He
goal!
takes possession from Forestieri's little touch into his path, and he lets rip the Scot. It goes through the gloves of O'Donnell into the top corner. You'll go a long way to see a better goal than that from Barry Bannon. Loads of power and absolutely no chance for O'Donnell. 75 minutes have been played, and Wednesday are back to 2-2.
Well, out of nothing, Barry Bannon has just unleashed a superb shot from Richard O'Donnell. Nothing he can do about it, it's just gone through his hands.
I'm just watching that. Do you think he'll be disappointed, the keeper, with that?
He will, of course he's got to be. No. That ball's moving all over though.
He's misjudged the flight, hasn't he? It's one of those where, as you say, it's moving around and he's got it wrong. And he'll be really gutted, I'm sure, because as a Wednesdayite in front of the Cophead, he didn't want to make a rip like that. But on this occasion, Richard, I'm sorry, there's no sympathy from this commentary box for you. It's 2-2, Wednesday are back in it and could now win this game. They're coming forward again.
There's nobody in the middle.
There is now. Kieran Lee getting possession just inside the box. Plays into Fletcher, misses his kick. He'll try and win it again. It's kicked away. An exciting second half.
Well done, Reach.
Here is Wallace pinging it into the middle. It's cleared away. Tell you what it does say though about games of football. At half-time, Wednesday looked well out of it, I thought, but it's turned it around, and that's what can happen in this game. And right here we'll see maybe an example of it, because Bristol City have got it in our box, trying to bend it in towards the area. That was O'Dowda, who's been a lot quieter in the second half. Found a bit of space, and now Bristol have got possession. I wonder what sort of response they'll produce. They're coming forward now. It's with the number 13, which is Goldborn, but Wednesday have stopped them in their tracks there.
Bristol throw. I mean, Bristol have reacted well to that goal. Coming back out at us.
I suppose that's what can happen as well. Remember, they were 2-0 up. They might have been thinking, let's protect what we've got. Now all of a sudden it's back to 2-2. We might see them looking to try and win this game. Putting a bit more pressure on our defensive line. They've got it here with O'Dowda, who I mentioned has been quiet. He's suddenly got the ball twice in a couple of minutes. It's gone back here to Westwood, who releases the kick first time. And Fletcher could be onto this. I think it's too strong.
Too strong.
Too strong.
It was a hell of a kick from Westwood. One bounce from off the floor straight into Richard O'Donnell.
I was getting a bit excited, but it's gone straight towards O'Donnell.
It's gone very open now. It's end to end.
And now they might try the look from distance. Here's the number 21, which was Pack, around the edge of the area, fizzing it in towards the goal.
Bristol giving it everything again, attacking with a couple of shots in the last two attacks.
Don't take nothing away from Barry Bannon. As I say, my initial thoughts was it a cracking strike, but maybe the goalkeeper, well, probably not maybe, definitely the goalkeeper at fault. But you've just got to get the ball on target, because that can happen, can't it? That's why it's always worth a shot.
Without a doubt, superb effort.
And Wednesday through again, left-hand side, Reach has been reached, and he'll cut it back inside. Fletcher's missed his kick, he'll hit it again, and it deflects up over the bar, spins away, it's going to be a corner.
That's really, I mean, it's a great move. Reach has done superbly, pulled it back to Fletcher, and he's bluffed his first shot, but it's come back to him. Got the shot off, but it's deflected, it's gone behind for the corner.
It was a really incisive pass in the first instance, out wide to Reach.
It's a great ball.
Corner then taken here from Wednesday with Barry Bannon up towards Tom Lees. The acrobatics attempted there. Wednesday will try again with Forestieri. Twice he had a go at the scissors kick.
Gone for the overhead kick.
Twice it was Forestieri.
Was it Forestieri, was it? Yeah. Gone for the overhead kick. The referee's given dangerous. Throw his foot up. Yeah. Dangerous play. Been a great game. You know, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, really
didn't enjoy it when we went 2-0 down, but I didn't enjoy it because Bristol were winning. I didn't think we played that bad.
I see the big difference for me is that whilst we had lots of possession first half, there wasn't enough end product. Now we are getting the shots in.
But sometimes games are like that. You know, you can give credit to Bristol for not allowing that.
Here is Fletcher, moves it away over towards the left-hand side, and Wallace I think's made a difference as well. I think he's been really purposeful. Well. In towards Fernando Forestieri, I can't even say his name. It comes out towards this right-hand side.
Well done, Jack.
And it's with Hunt. He's kept it in play. Little step over, tries to beat his man. He's in the area. He's just allowed him to get back there, Goldborn, and then he just tries to stand the cross up. Bannon again! Kept it low this time, but this time it flashes past the post. But I'm not sure that O'Donnell would have got there if it was on target. It's just off.
It's inches wide. Hunt's done brilliant. He's got in the box. He's laid a little ball off. He's gone for the cross. He's come off a defender. Bannon's hit it first time, just inches wide of the near post.
And that's where keepers don't want it. It's right down by their feet. So unlucky. Well, the fans certainly showing their appreciation towards Barry Bannon. Bazza says Rob on the email. That was obviously after he struck that one into the back of the net. Sergi was asking earlier why we were getting a defender on when we were losing. That's all academic now. As Bruce Carlos knew what he was doing. Here we go. Ball just moved in towards the area again, looking for Fletcher. It was Wallace who's giving him the service. Ball's been cleared down the line. The defensive work's required, and that was a little bit late and clumsy, that. Sasso.
He's a big handful, Abraham. I guess this ball's going to be put into the box from out wide. It's a foul given against Sasso. They're bringing on another sub.
There they are, the number 14, which is Bobby Reed. He started at the weekend, and O'Dowda is going to go off.
Substitution for Bristol City, number 11, Callum O'Dowda is replaced by number 14, Bobby Reed.
So that's their final change. Let's see what he'll bring to the party, what sort of problems he'll cause this Wednesday defence. They've got to defend a free kick here, first of all. He immediately makes a run into space. Wednesday just need to be alert to that. Eventually the free kick's played in towards the area.
Kieran Lee, I think, just got the header.
Ball watching there from Wallace, but he was pushed in the back. Perhaps looking for that. Westwood's out of his area and he wants to release this one again early, trying to find Forestieri. Headed away by Adam Flint. First time pass there from Bannon. That's a super pass as well. What skill that was to measure it into the path of Hunson. He's got it back and he's tried to steer it the other way this time. It's headed up in the air, but it loops down towards Reach. He plays it down the line again to Wallace. Wallace will clip it into the middle and it's gone into the centre. It's cleared away. Wednesday sort of play with like two wingers on the left hand side at the moment, because Wallace is over there quite a lot now. I suppose that kind of reminds you of the olden days when we used to have Worthington and King interchanging, getting the crosses in. Well, they were sort of more naturally fullbacks, whereas this time we've got two wingers playing on the left hand side. All just played inside towards Barry Bannon. Again, it's with Wallace towards Lee. Plays it short for Forestieri. Back it goes for Barry Bannon. He just plays it along the floor, finding Stephen Fletcher. Fletcher back towards Barry Bannon. There's been more of an influence certainly in this second half. Here's Adam Reach. Step over and then plays it away towards Wallace. It's a strong pass into the feet of Kieran Lee, and he tries to return it back for Wallace. Doesn't quite come off. Wednesday attempt to win it back, but Lee has conceded the foul.
Have you read that one out?
No, I haven't. What's that one?
Well, it's from Gary Greensmith, and he says, sorry guys, but I guess this was before. He says, we are rubbish. Carlos must have lost the dressing room and lost the plot. Nando on bench, stupid. Of course you will not agree or read this out. Well,
I've just read it out.
I've read it out, but
I disagreed with every point.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Gary probably has changed his tune as well, to be fair.
Well,
So we're all guilty of those snap judgments. That's the thing, isn't it, about being a football fan, you know, that players are either marvellous or they're rubbish, but the truth is they're probably somewhere in between.
Well, Gary will have to let us know himself whether or not he's changed his mind. He might not have.
I suppose that's always going to be the pressure that you get in football these days. After last season, those expectation levels have gone up. Last season no one was expecting anything, as we see Reach get on the ball. He just tries to get it over towards this right hand side. Here is Jack Hunt. He plays it inside towards Barry Bannon. He manages to find Reach, but then he forgets the ball for a second, but he's managed to dig it out. That's a good pass down the line for Wallace. Wallace through the legs. Can he get on the end of this one? No, because there was a man just tracking with him. And Corey Smith gets it away, but that's a poor clearance straight to Barry Bannon, who pops it back into the middle. Fletcher's his target, but again, it's a bit too strong. We've seen a few of those that have just gone too far.
Tonight's attendance is 24,000.
5 minutes left of the 90, John. Is there a winner to come? What's your gut feeling?
My gut feeling is it could still go either way. That's my gut feeling.
Do you think it will go either way? Do you think this is going to finish 2-2?
I think it possibly might finish 2-2 now. What would there be?
Sergi thinks there might be a third. He took it all back, what he was saying earlier as well.
4. So I would guess there's going to be about 7 or 8 minutes to go.
David Martin also thinks that the crowd are playing their part and being the 11th or 12th man today. Well, 11th, I suppose, if you count the sendings off. You're right, I'm wrong. Thrown short by Bristol City. And Goulbourne goes back inside here for Corey Smith. And now Little gets possession back inside there for Corey Smith. Those two playing amongst themselves at the moment. Played it back in towards Magnuson. Magnuson was almost caught there by Forestieri, and he would have been bearing down on goal. And he would have backed him to score there if he got that ball off the centre half. A risky game. Fletcher wants that one. He's chasing towards Little, but the defender comes in and plays it back towards Flint. Plays it safely back towards Richard O'Donnell. O'Donnell will kick it long. Flicked on there by Abraham. The spin and the bounce land kindly there for Kieran Lee. He didn't seem to know where that was going to go there. It was spinning backwards, backspin. They've got it anyway. Here is Barry Bannon. Chips it up across the field. From the right to the left.
Go on, Adam
Reach took it on his chest.
Go on, take him on.
He's looking to take on the man in front of him, but he's gone back in the end to Wallace and gets the return pass. Now up against Little. Along the floor, he's tried to cut it back. It's clobbered away there by Adam Flint. Wednesday having to battle at the other end, and again Sasso has been penalised for his challenge on Tammy Abraham. A couple of times he's been penalised, the substitute centre half. It's always hard, I'd imagine, of all positions to come on at centre back midway through a game. It's probably quite hard to acclimatise to what's going on.
Well, he's a bit of a beast, isn't he? Big Abraham. He's on his hat trick as well. He's in a dangerous position, this free kick. It's going to be curled in towards Abraham.
They've also sent through the big centre half again. Right at the back of that ruck of players is Flint.
Flint, yep.
He stood it up and it hits, well, it was hit
Too
towards
far.
the number 4, but he won't get there.
It's not a
Fletcher's
great...
watching him.
I mean, for a big man, I think that maybe sometimes, instead of curling it in, can you curl it out?
Yeah. Forestieri tries to win that header, and he might get lucky with the ricochet back towards him, doesn't quite. Little's got it. He tries to measure this one over the top for Abraham. It needs to be won by Tom Lees.
Great header.
There's a really good header back to his keeper. It's bowled out by Westwood. Over towards Reach. Looking to accelerate forward in front of him. He plays it back inside instead for Wallace. Wallace in towards Kieran Lee. Back out wide now for Reach. Can he put the perfect cross in to end this comeback of all comebacks? It's crossed into the middle. Can Wednesday head this home? It's gone wide. Two players attacking it. I think it's actually Forestieri who gets the final touch. There was 3 lining up. There was Fletcher, Kieran Lee and Forestieri. But it's off target.
Well, here's the replay. I've just watched this coming again. He thinks it's a great ball in from Wallace. He's picking him out. And it is. It's Forestieri. Well, it's not. It's Fletcher. Fletcher.
It wasn't clean, was it? Either way.
It's a good chance.
Didn't really get a proper purchase on it.
No, Fletcher's played well. He's had a good game.
That's one of the few times where they've had 3 players lining up for him. Maybe they got in one another's way and put the other off.
We're on 90.
5 minutes added on at the end of 90. So 5 minutes to find a winner. David Martin is taking Fernando to score the winner again in the 95th minute, hopefully. Sergi's taking it all back, just get the 3rd. Oh, Sasso sort of got in the way of Barry Bannon, but we get lucky with the ricochet. It's come down towards Adam Reach. Wallace again makes an angle, but he's gone long through the middle, looking for Fletcher. Can Fletcher win that one? No, Magnuson has got it down, but Wednesday will battle back. There's a foul, I suspect.
Yeah, it was a foul. It was a foul.
Taken out by Hunt.
Hunt's hurt.
He's hurt his head there, and I think Bryant knew as well straight away that he was in a bit of discomfort.
I'm going to give the referee top marks. I think he's done okay. I think.
So we won't mind seeing Darren Bond on the referee sheet next time. He's okay. I think he hurt his wrist actually in the process. Jack Hunt. He's holding his left wrist. Perhaps he landed on him.
Rob Fisher again, 24k, not bad for a Tuesday night.
That's a really good crowd here at Hillsborough once again. O'Donnell will get on with things eventually. He's taking his time. Eventually he slots the free kick forward and Hunt will come back onto the field to play. Wednesday defending without him. That's sliced up in the air by Sasso. He hasn't got any distance on it. It was a cushion header back by Reach to get us out of a spot of bother potentially. Kicked away by Westwood. Again, he's trying to hit the ball over towards the left-hand side, and it would appear that Wednesday are trying to get the ball on the left more often than not now. That seems to be the route they're having most joy. Here's Bannon. Again, he's put it through. That's like that pass he put in towards Fletcher on Saturday. Fletcher goes down. It's going to be a goal kick.
He's always just running away from him.
He sort of pushed it in front of the Owls attacker. He was struggling to get there. All things considered, I guess if it does finish this way, you'd have to say it's a good point after what had happened in the first half, and sendings off as well. A penalty miss, remember, when it could have been 3-1. Here is Abraham, just trying to work that through.
Ooh, he's got a foul.
For what?
Don't know.
You're there to give me kind of the clearance on what's happened when I'm unsure, and even you haven't got a clue there.
Oh, praised him too soon. The 93rd, we should wait until the 95th.
So free kick's going to be taken here by Bobby Reid.
Okay, Abraham. Flint over the far.
It gets played in straight towards the goalkeeper.
That's what I'm on about, curling it in. It's gone straight to the goalkeeper.
He's cut out everything else, no danger at all. Down goes.
That was a free kick, ref.
Forestieri. Probably because it was Forestieri, he won't get it, but he wins it back off Little. Well battled back to get the ball. And now is he given the free kick?
He's going to free kick for Forestieri.
Yeah, well, I thought he could have done it a minute ago.
He's getting slaughtered now. I've just praised him, and
it always happens.
Yeah.
Wednesday have possession with Wallace. Plays it inside towards Bannon. Tom Lees has come forward. He'll play it in towards the box. Can we head this one with Kieran Lee? It's gone back down towards the edge of the area, and it's just going to be skied away by Bobby Reid right through the middle. Sasso needs to win it. Tom Lees is helping him out. It will be Tom Lees who gets the ball.
Oh, brilliant, Tom
Great
Lees.
strength. Ends up getting the ball and marauding forward.
Well played.
Plays it now into the feet of Wallace. Wallace,
come on!
Oh, there it goes. Could this be the moment? Forestieri into the middle, flashes across the face of the goal as Fletcher and everybody else went flying in. The outside of his boot, that pass.
It's a fabulous pass across the 6-yard box. You just need somebody to get on the end of it. I don't know if Fletcher was being held. He just couldn't get there. It's a great move.
Sergi says he's coming to Sheffield in December, and if we win this, he'll buy you all the pints you can drink for his father's 60th. And Robbie wants to see you as well. Come on, the massive. Well, John wants those drinks, so there's another reason for the goal needs to come in the next, what do you reckon, a minute have we got now? About a minute left.
If that.
And no juice left in the vocal cords. Goes short, that throw. Hunt's in towards Bannon. Sasso's got it now.
It's got to go forward, it's got to go.
Sasso finds Reach, beat your man and whip it in. Adam Reach. Can he be the match winner? He plays it back instead for Wallace. Wallace.
One last.
Get it into the box. It goes in now towards Kieran Lee. Come on, Lee! Kieran Lee!
Yeah!
Wednesday win it! Right at the death! It's Kieran Lee! That must be 95 minutes on the clock! Wednesday have won this They were 2-0 down. They had a man sent off. Bristol missed a penalty. Wednesday win this one by 3 goals to 2.
What a game! What a game of football that has been.
Look at the scenes over there.
Kieran Lee.
The mini pitch invasion.
Kieran Lee's going to. I'm delighted that Kieran Lee's popped that winner in because he was to blame for the penalty for Hutchinson getting sent off. So, wow, magnificent effort by Wednesday.
He just got the ball on the edge of the area, made a bit of space, sort of dropped the shoulder, sidestepped the defender, and then kept his cool. It was like, you know, we had hours to go.
Yeah.
Placed it into the corner.
I mean, fantastic game. I've loved it. Absolutely loved it.
The crowd are loving it as well. What a dramatic turnaround. I tell you, things can change quickly. I was having a conversation half time. It was doom and gloom. All of a sudden, we reached the 95-minute mark, and now we're looking to celebrate in a moment for the full-time whistle. And 3 points for Sheffield Wednesday.
What is happening? I don't know what's happening.
He's talking to Carlos, I think. I don't know what about. The referee blows the whistle, checks his watch. He hasn't blown up yet. Still the action goes on then. Tom Lees heads no one down.
Yes!
It's all over! Wednesday have won this game. Well, this is a very, very impressive victory for Sheffield Wednesday.